At Prevent Blindness, we promote healthy vision and access to eye care for all. We educate people about protecting their sight. We advocate for strong vision policies at the local, state, national, and global levels. We empower the blind and low vision community and their allies, and we celebrate their achievements. Here's your host, Christopher Hord.
Welcome to the Prevent Blindness Focus on Eye Health podcast. We have a special program for you on this episode. We feature an Emmy Award-winning writer and performer, Ellen Gould, who will talk about her challenges in overcoming Stargardt Disease to succeed in the demanding world of musical theater. We'll also introduce you to a new marketing campaign from Prevent Blindness about vision care and eye health. This campaign features cute animated characters. The messages are great for children, but adults will enjoy them too. As always, we have other news and announcements of interest to the blind and low vision community and our allies. I'm your host, Christopher Hord. Thank you for listening. It starts right now.
News.
Join Prevent Blindness for the 2026 Focus on Eye Health webinar series. On May 19th, Prevent Blindness invites you to join us for the first event in our 2026 series of Focus on Eye Health webinars. There will be a total of 4 webinars in the series running through December, so keep an ear out for further announcements. The webinar starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and runs through 3:30 p.m. Registration is free. The theme of the webinar is Vision Policy Across the Lifespan. This virtual event will feature a roundtable discussion among leading experts in the public policy field. They'll discuss how partnerships can help advance policies to improve eye health and access to eye care from childhood on through the entire lifetime. The final half hour of the webinar will give attendees an opportunity to speak directly to the individual experts on topics of particular interest. For more information, we encourage you to visit the events calendar at our website. There, you will be able to see a list of the experts who will be in attendance, along with brief biographies. You can also register directly from the events calendar or follow the link in our show notes. Prevent Blindness launches a new marketing campaign called Best Eyes for Life. Prevent Blindness launched a new animated marketing campaign called Best Eyes for Life. The campaign aims to not only raise awareness of eye health and safety, but also to raise the issues as a priority for people. In a recent survey, almost 75% of respondents thought that they would be able to detect eye health issues because of symptoms they would experience. However, it can't be overemphasized that many eye conditions have few or no noticeable symptoms. That's why Prevent Blindness has introduced Iris and Cornelius. The 2 animated characters represent a pair of eyes. They are anthropomorphic and engaging. They have a playful appeal similar to the Minions from the popular series of Despicable Me animated movies. The initial episodes featuring the lovable duo focus on important basics of good eye care, like proper nutrition, wearing proper eye safety gear, and early vision screening for children. They will be distributed on streaming media, or you can check out the campaign by visiting our website at preventblindness.org or click the link in our show notes.
Feature presentation.
Our guest today is Ellen Gould. Ellen is a multi-talented artist, a performer, a writer, a songwriter, and composer, an Emmy Award-winning artist who is also a person with Stargardt Disease. And we're going to talk to her about her very unique journey. Ellen, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me. I'm really very happy to be here.
Now, you have a very fascinating story. First of all, I'm going to ask you to tell people a little bit more about your work. The shows you do, as I've read about them, are very unique. Please tell us a little more about it.
I was acting in other people's things, from public theater, if you know theater in New York, to Lincoln Center. But my vision, because of Stargardt's, was getting worse. And I hit a point where I wasn't working as much as I had been. And I, in fact, had an accident that gave me 3 months in bed. And I wrote my first solo musical at that time. I thought it was the total end of my career. Instead, that little show became kind of a cult hit in New York, and it got a rave review in the Times. And my career took a different turn, and so much more wonderful than anything I would have ever imagined. And from that point, and that was already a few decades ago, I've written many solo, multi-character musicals, and I play all the parts. So it takes a long time to get a show up, because I have to write it, and then I have to write the music for it, and then I have to rehearse it, and then get it out to producers. It's a process.
Yes.
But it turned out that this limitation provided a path for me to something I would never have imagined when I began my career, and something that just is an utter gift, because I have the great opportunity. It's a gift that I not necessarily mine. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but that I can envision something and bring it to birth, and then finally perform it, do the whole thing. It is just such a joy and a challenge, and impossible and frustrating. But I would never, ever wish for any other career than this. I wouldn't trade places with Meryl Streep, really.
Well, that's beautiful. Now, you mentioned, of course, your condition is Stargardt. Some folks may not be familiar with that particular condition. It's once again something that's a very unique experience. Please tell us a little bit about your journey there. Just a little bit about Stargardt, how you experienced the world, and how it's affected your life.
I probably started getting this, or it was becoming active quite early, when I was about 7, which is somewhat typical. It's a rare inherited retinal disease. It's a form of macular degeneration, because the loss of vision is in the very, very center, in the macula, center of the retina. And you lose central detail vision. And I went from being like the smartest kid in the class to being not terribly successful in the class. And the teachers couldn't figure it out. I kept getting new glasses. I had to sit really close to see board work. And even then, unless I literally walked up to the board and was a half an inch from it, I couldn't see anything. And little by little, I had trouble reading. Whenever I'd look at something, there'd be a shadow in the middle of it. It wasn't until I was 15 that I realized the shadows were getting bigger, and I knew something was wrong. And even today, I hear it is not readily diagnosed. It's rare, but not incredibly rare. It's less rare than people thought. It had gone underdiagnosed. And they thought it was optic neuropathy. They had all kinds of names and possible diagnoses. Finally, I went to a specialist in Boston. I'm from a smaller city in Massachusetts. So there they said, okay, you have Stargardt disease. And of course, the thing was, we asked, well, okay, what do we do? And there's nothing you can do. There's no cure. And there's still no cure. So I've been watched ever since then. Thankfully, I'm really one of the lucky ones because very often people with Stargardts will get a second round of vision loss. When I went to interview different women for Seeing Stars, the film that I'm doing about Stargardts, I discovered that pretty much all the people I interviewed had that second round. Somehow I was spared, though I did have slow vision loss. I probably still do, but I've got functional vision. My detail vision is not terribly good. You wouldn't want to rely on my detail vision. or as one little girl at a panel that I led said, I don't know why, but every time I do archery, everybody moves away. I'm so sorry I couldn't have interviewed that little girl but it had already been done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are the stories. We all know them.
All right. Well, thank you. Now, I think at this point it might be good to talk a little bit about how some of this intertwines. In my youth, I actually did a little theater myself.
I'm not surprised.
And one of the things that I was struck by when I learned about you is, one of the hugest challenges is just moving around the stage. Where do you set up? Where do you move to? How the set is, what props might be there or not. Has it created special challenges for you? And if so, how have you dealt with it, or have you been able to work around it?
That's a wonderful question. I have to admit, there was something of the blind optimist about me. I just kind of assumed I could do whatever I had to do. That was not always the case, but I labored under that wonderful illusion for a long time. In fact, when I played one of the witches in that Scottish play at Lincoln
Yes.
Center, I was probably one of the most reliable for finding places because everything was in the dark and it was smoky and they had glow tape on the stage, and that kind of wasn't enough for most of the actors. They were not used to navigating in uncomfortably dark or difficult to see environments, and everybody would follow me. So there were times when it was actually a benefit.
Okay.
Like one of the characters says, when you're in the room with a blind person and the electrical goes down, who's the one with the disability, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is good to hear. And I should also let our listeners know, for those of you who don't have a background in theater people do not say Macbeth. It's considered bad luck. It is the Scottish play.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
Now, you mentioned talking about your career, your unique career.
Excuse me, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Oh, sure.
Chris, you said the word. When we finish with this, you have to turn around 3 times and spit.
Oh,
because you said it.
That's true.
I mean, you're not in a theater, so probably nothing will happen to you, but
Better
I
safe than
don't want, I
sorry.
don't want any. Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Thank you for reminding me about that, in fact. But one of the things I did want to make certain to do, we're talking about your very unique career. You have been working on a project that is utterly unique, and especially considering some of the successes that you had, I think that our listeners might be quite interested in finding out more about that. Can you tell us a little bit more about the film that you're working on?
For sure. This is the ultimate passionate project of my life because I'm finally getting to write about what I see or what I don't see, and to help tell the story of my sight. And this film, by the way, is called Seeing Stars. I found other women with vision like mine, interviewed them, got their stories, uh, semi-fictionalized them, set them to music, and turned it into originally a stage play, um, which I thought would gather the interest of our community and would be a very small niche kind of thing. Well, it opened at a theater festival, and there were about 130 shows, and more people kept coming to Seeing Stars. And I was delighted. I was surprised. At the end, we won the top show of the entire festival. I was supposed to go to the West End to open it in the fall of 2020.
Mm,
Well, we all know what happened then.
yes.
Theaters were closed, and they weren't reliably open for quite a while. And in that time, I thought, I'm thinking I'm going to see if I can do this as a not-for-profit, independent film because it's going to reach more people. And there's a possibility that we can, through it, the whole team, we can lift awareness about our lived experiences and get it to a broader audience, and also inspire people to get more involved with research, to get themselves tested.
Mm,
We all know, I know you've been very much an advocate for this. Early intervention is so important.
yes.
And also that a film would reach more broadly across all audiences, not just those who could afford a specialist, and would let them know that if their child is having problems, there may be something else going on besides the need for glasses. And early intervention leads to better treatments
Yes.
and possibly saving sight. So it became a mission for me. But I have to say that initially it was the artist's impulse. I needed to tell the story. I'd been I'd hidden my vision because I was able to. And the entertainment business is very surface in many, many ways. It's about
Yes.
appearances, we know, right?
Yep.
And at a certain point, my need to tell this story became greater than my fear. And the journey of writing both one character based on me loosely, and then writing about these other remarkable, defiant, and knockdown funny women whose resilience is joyful and they're wonderful. I mean, the honor is for me to be able to inhabit these women because I get lifted every single time. And I call them my stars, which is, and Stargardts, which is why I named the film Seeing Stars. But the stars that everyone will see when they see this are these women, these indomitable, wonderful women.
Okay, that sounds fascinating. Now, you mentioned that this is a not-for-profit project. Now, what we'll do for the listeners is we will include some information in our show notes. But tell us a little bit if people want to find out more information or donate to the project or this and that. are there ways that they can do so?
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up, Chris. First of all, we just launched our Instagram page for any of you who are Instagram people. I wasn't, but I think I'm going to be now. And our handle is Seeing Stars, or at Seeing Stars, the film. Chris, I'd be delighted if there are some simple links I have, if you can drop them in your notes or wherever you position them. They will bring you directly to a page that tells you in more detail about the show. It has a place to simply donate. Donations of any size. I mean, really, this is a film for the community, by the community, and with the community. $1, $5. Well, my fiscal sponsor won't take $1, but low donations are so welcomed. We've raised so much of our budget that way. If you want to help and be part of the film in that way, you'll find that information on where Chris will direct you to. And it will also give you a lot more background about the show and some interesting information. And eventually you'll be part of the Stars family, and you'll get to hear things like a musicalized eye chart, EFP, TOZ, LPET, PECFD, and all kinds of other little goodies that stories about us.
Okay. Well, that is great. And as Ellen mentioned, we will have the information wherever you're getting your podcast from. If you'll check the show notes, we will include links to further information on the project. If you have difficulty finding that, just make certain to just Google Seeing Stars, the film, and you'll probably be able to find more information.
For sure.
And before we finish up, Ellen, I just want to ask, is there anything else, any projects you're involved in, organizations you're part of, or anything like that you would like to mention?
There are so many wonderful organizations who have been so supportive of me and of the film. Two of the early ones who have been massively supportive in every way, including financial support, which is critical for any art project, would be the Foundation Fighting Blindness, the Carroll Center. They both consider this film educational and outreach and a way of reaching more people. My hope is that I am and will be an ambassador for them, because these are wonderful organizations. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is doing important research, one of the largest retinal research not-for-profit organizations in the world, I believe. And the Carroll Center for the Blind works with mobility and training. It really gives life and purpose to people who come in struggling and go out independent. They are an incredible organization in Boston, but people come from all over the world to go there, as they should. So I would say for sure those, so many more. But those two stand out immediately.
All right. Very good. So I want to thank you again for being a guest on our program. Ellen Gould, award-winning, multi-talented performer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Chris, and congratulations for all the wonderful work you do.
Thank you.
Announcements.
Prevent Blindness observes May as Inherited Retinal Disease Genetic Testing Month. Inherited retinal diseases, or IRDs, are a group of conditions that can cause severe vision loss or blindness. However, genetic testing can go a long way towards identifying whether a person is vulnerable to these diseases. This information can be a huge positive factor when it comes to diagnosis and treatment. This is why Prevent Blindness observes May as IRD Genetic Testing Month. We've created a dedicated webpage focusing on this topic. We offer fact sheets which can be downloaded or printed out, video interviews with medical experts, and infographics that you can share on social media. We invite you to visit our website at preventblindness.org to find out more about this important topic. Additionally, you can find out more information by following the link in our show notes. May 18th through May 24th is Stargardt Disease Week. Stargardt disease is a rare inherited retinal disease that affects children and young adults. The disease is a form of macular degeneration. The condition is particularly unusual because it affects the patient's central vision while leaving the peripheral vision largely intact. Prevent Blindness has curated a variety of educational material on this topic. Learn more about the condition, treatment options, and the importance of genetic testing. The information is available at our website in both English and Spanish. If you would like to learn more about Stargardt disease and ways in which you can deal with it, please visit our website or follow the link in our show notes.
Listen to the podcast from our website at preventblindness.org or subscribe to it on all major podcast services, including Amazon, Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. This has been your announcer, Corey M. Snow.
Thank you for listening to the Prevent Blindness Focus on Eye Health podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Got suggestions or tips? Feel free to email us at podcast@preventblindness.org. We're not able to answer every email, but we read every one. And please tell your friends and colleagues about the podcast. We're still young and we're looking to grow. Please join us next month for more news, features, and announcements of interest to the blind and low vision community and our allies. I'm your host, Christopher Hord. Share and enjoy.